Alright guys, so I'm going to do a quick review of the ACCUBOW. I saw this in the store and I wanted to pick it up. It has something called Accugo. That was one of the things that sold me on the ACCUBOW. And let's see what happens when I click on Accugo. It tells me it's coming soon. We are working on Accugo Ar Mode and we will release it soon. It has said this now for months. Since I bought the actual ACCUBOW. So I bought this ACCUBOW thinking that I'd be able to use this Accugo Ar Mode. I'm guessing that means augmented reality, and I will not be able to use it for that reason. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to start shooting and I'll show you what is available on the ACCUBOW. If you like target shooting, they do have target shooting. You're not going to be looking at, too much crazy stuff, but, if you wanted to do your Vegas target, you can select your pins. Now watch what happens when I select my pins. I'm going to go for a 3-pin. I can change my yardage here. Single pin, also change the yardage. So I'm just going to go single pin and I'm going to click done. Okay. Now it says it's important to be quiet when shooting so the sensor can read your shots properly. If your shots are not registered consistently, you can adjust the sensor sensitivity here. Okay, so I don't know how well they are reading the shots here, but I'm going to go ahead and aim at my target. We'll go 20 yards just because it makes more sense. All right. And it says I have a hit. Touch the screen to pan the camera. Cool. Continue shooting. I'm going to go back to the other mode now. I'll rate this later. I'm waiting for ACCUGO to come out before I give it my app rating. In order to do the Go Hunt, you have to create an avatar. Or sorry, to do the bow battle, you have to do an avatar. So we're going to give that some time to load here. So something about this ACCUBOW, I notice when I shoot, there's a lot of that going on. That's going to be very different from a compound bow. When you pull back, you will notice that you are going to be using strength depending on how much you've tightened up these cams. And it's still stuck on 0%. Oh, there we go. Male. Next. I don't really care. Save. Cool. Some dude in camo. And it brings us out to the main menu all over again. So if you are one of those people that gets a little bit annoyed with finicky interfaces, the ACCUBOW interface might make you a little bit annoyed. So here's my player list. There is nobody for me to find right now. I could play with the computer, but I'm not feeling doing that. So we're going to go back and we're going to do some bow hunting. Now, when you think of bow hunting, you'd think, oh, I might be in a tree stand waiting for a deer to come by, and then, I get to see my shot and take a look at where the shot was, and maybe, see the score of the animal. But this is all about the bow from the ACCUBOW point of view. So let's check this. Customize 20 yards. Fine. So notice it's automatically ranging for us. We've got a big buck right there, out of range. On my phone, I can tell it says 32 yards. When I put it to the TV, I can't tell how far away it is. Looks like it might say 38 yards. All right, so we've got a wolf or a big coyote right down here. We're gonna smoke this thing. Wait for the pin. And yeah, we smoked it. Lunged it, and it said we have a score of 7. We're going to go ahead and continue shooting. I recommend using it with a release. My release is outside of my vehicle and I didn't really feel like getting it out, but here we go. Now, where's the next animal? So since my bow is set for 20 and this deer over here is 33, I'm going to aim a little high. Oh, he's coming in closer. We're gonna wait, we're gonna wait, we're gonna wait. There we go. That belong right there. So as far as training the muscles and muscle memory, it's going to be a little different than a bow, but it's still doing a good job. You're still going to be using those same muscles to pull back and holding. That's going to be something good for you if you want to train that. And if you're working your way up to being able to shoot a compound bow, the fact that you can let this down and make it really easy to pull back, that might be a help for you. And this would also be a good thing to use to get used to a new release. So let's say you're waiting and you go ahead and you get a trigger release and you want to switch to a tension release. This would be the tool to do it with, because you don't have to worry about shooting an arrow where you didn't mean to shoot an arrow. Overall though, with ACCUBOW, to keep this video pretty short and simple, I think this mode is okay. I think they could definitely upgrade it quite a bit because it is 2023. All right, I'm gonna go back to the main menu here. I'm fine with the loading times, but the biggest thing that bothers me is this ACCUGO. So it says that ACCUGO is going to be released soon. When I bought it, it said featuring ACCUGO, and I was just kind of bummed out that I can't use it. I can only use it to play these arcade style games. Nonetheless, there is still some value to be found in the ACCUBOW, you know, training your ability to make the shot. This one also comes with a laser. If I turn the laser on, I can see where I'm shooting, so that's nice as well. I'll show you another feature on this ACCUBOW after I take my phone out of there. So something interesting to note is there's a level here, but when I put my phone into the phone slot, you can't see the level at all. For travel, you can unhook both of these sides and get it all the way unhooked. Fold it down so it doesn't take up as much space. Me personally, this thing stays at home. I'm not really doing much traveling, and considering that I can't even utilize the Accugo Ar feature, I don't really know if there's any reason for me to take it anywhere unless I'm going to a hunting camp and hanging out with the buddies. Yeah. So this is the ACCUBOW. I'd recommend it if you're okay with some of the features that they say they have not being there. I'd also recommend it if you need to do some strength training or work with different types of releases. If you're buying it for a game, I would tell you that it has a long way to go. That's my review of the ACCUBOW.